All right. So today is February 25th, 2021, and we're with Andrea and her little baby.
And the little baby who's now
Little
called
baby Journey, who's
Journey Rain,
3 months old.
which is crazy, by the way.
That's insane that you just popped out a 3-month-year-old and you're holding it. Like
It's mind blowing, let me tell you.
that's intense.
Let me tell you, especially after having such a journey to getting to the point where I was pregnant after not thinking I was doing that again.
Yeah, that's insane. That's great. Like the amount of transformations you went through in like less than a year is crazy. Crazy. Okay,
Yes, it
so
is.
you can see this, right? The extended chart selection thing.
Yep.
Okay, so there are so many different charts in astro.com. That's why I love this website, because it's free and you get access to all these amazing things that normally you'd have to pay hundreds of dollars for.
Right.
So a thing that's cool. I mean, a lot of them are cool, but I love using the transit natal chart and transit, and I love the composite charts. And so progressions is what we're going to go over today, but I just wanted to show you a little bit about composite charts because they're relationship charts.
Okay.
It really comes in handy because you have the sun in the 7th house, which is it's kind of like a Libra energy where you're able to see both people's perspectives at the same time. So I'm sure down the line you'll attract a situation where they need couples counseling or some kind of couples mediation. This is an excellent tool to use for like mediation counseling of some sort, and it's composite charts. So there's something called synastry charts, which are the personality of two people, like on a surfacey ego level. It's like your sun personality charts. And then there's composite charts, which are like your soul personalities combined.
Okay.
So the charts, you take two people. I'm hoping I have Rob's chart so I can put you together and show you how it works.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have his chart.
I think so. If not, I have his info.
Yeah, that's no problem. Actually, let's look real fast to make sure. Yep. All right. So you're going to scroll down. It's under the main thing of the round, which it's automatically goes on. So
Okay.
you're just going to scroll down to composite. So it's pretty much in the beginning, like the first section. And there's a bunch of different composites. There's composite chart, midpoint method, reference place, Davidson relationship chart, all these ones. Synastry, again, synastry is just the personality chart on a surface level, and composite chart is on a soul level. So I always use midpoint method 2, composite chart. It's just more reliable and it gets straight to the heart of soul wounds and soul patterns. So then you put yours together. So this is the charts. Okay. So this is the relationship chart between you and Rob.
Okay.
So your energy and his energy create a third energy. It's not yours like meshed together, but it's like the third bubble.
Okay.
So this is your relationship chart. And so you look at Venus, how you guys love. You look at Pluto. That's my favorite thing to look at, is what are you guys evolving together? So between you, because you both have Pluto and Scorpio, it makes sense that the Pluto is in Scorpio in your chart for both of you, and then it's in the 2nd house of values. So both of you are evolving value systems, money, resources together. So that means you're looking at a lot of, how do I value the other person? What values do they carry? What values do I carry? What are like my code of ethics? What kind of personal values do we share? That could be like ancestral values, like traditions, like me and him are pagans and we like to practice rituals during Samhain or whatever it is. Like you guys have certain value systems that you're learning to transmute and grow together.
Okay.
So your chart, you have together, you have the sun in Pisces. So Pisces is, again, you guys, there's a lot of emotion there. You feel for the whole. You're both sensitive. You're both very psychic together. You have very strong intuition. You have a lot of seventh house stuff.
Yeah.
Which is all about relationships. So the relationship between you both, you're very relationship focused. You guys are very focused on each other. You also have Venus in the, you have Venus in the 8th house. So that makes a very sexual, intense connection. You have Venus in Aries in the 8th house. So that's a very passionate, intense, magnetic attraction.
Okay.
You have Mercury in Aries and Mercury in the 7th. So again, Mercury is how you think and communicate. So you like to think and communicate about harmony, because 7th house is Libra. It's harmony, it's love, it's balance. Your guys' Mars is in Aquarius together. So honestly, doing some kind of community thing together would be really beneficial for this energy, because Mars is your energy in a chart. It keeps feeding that area of the chart. So 5th house is romance, it's children, it's play, it's creativity. You have a lot of energy that goes into the 5th house. So hence why you have kids. There's a lot of romance. There's like Mars is charging up that area of the chart. So, and it's in Aquarius. So again, if you guys did things for the community together as a team, it would be super beneficial for the community. Like if you guys got land and had like a communal living thing for the community, something like that, or you guys both supported the community together in some way, that could be very beneficial.
Okay.
You got Jupiter in the 4th house together. So house and home, there's a lot of luck there. You're very lucky in terms of house and home. You guys will always have a good house and home, no matter where you live. So let's look at the core fear between you both. So you got Black Moon Lilith in the 7th house. So you guys fear losing each other.
Dead on the nose.
And it's in Aries. It's, let me see. Let me make sure. It's so close. It's yeah, you have Lilith in like the 1st degree of Aries.
Okay.
So Lilith in the 1st degree. So it kind of takes on a little bit of both energies, because Lilith in Pisces is fear of trust, but since it's an Aries, it's fear of unworthiness. So on some level, both of you guys feel unworthy for the other one. Like, wow, they're just so wonderful to me. Am I really worthy of such a wonderful partner? They're just everything I've ever wanted. Is this real? So you both feel the same way in there?
Well, that's good to know at least.
Yeah. So yeah, it goes both ways, literally.
Right. That's something we have gone into great detail communicating about, both of us. So that's interesting.
So there's a lot of value in the relationship. So just know that because both of you guys value each other so much, that's why that fear exists in the first place.
Right.
So that's actually really cool because the seventh house is partnership. So it's literally whatever's in the seventh house, you both share that.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So how you're also evolving is the north node, south node. So the north node between you both is in Taurus, and it's in the ninth house. So Taurus is security, it's finances, it's, the second house is value systems. So you guys, again, here's the value theme again. You have Pluto in the second, that's ruled by Taurus, and you have North Node in Taurus. So values and learning values through the other person is kind of the common goal, the common theme here with your relationship.
Okay.
Is how do I value the other person? What are some of the value systems that we share as a family? How are my finances and my security in the relationship? So yeah, security, feeling secure and safe with each other
Okay.
is how you're evolving. So basically, Taurus aspects are how you both are evolving. So the wound in your chart, we look at the wound is Chiron.
Yeah.
Chiron, of course, is the wounded healer.
Mhm.
And between both of you, because you probably have it in the same place in your charts, is in Gemini.
Okay.
And you know this very well because you both have it there natally. So both of your guys' communication is the wound. So when you guys, the more you communicate in the relationship, the more it heals the relationship and heals each other. But you already knew that.
Yeah.
So communication is key, Chiron, key in your relationship. And any relationship, but especially your relationship.
Okay.
And then your moon together is in Cancer.
Okay.
So the moon's at home with itself there.
Right.
So emotions, there's a lot of emotion between you both.
Mhm.
Again, Cancer security. It's the mother. It's the nurturer. So it's a very nurturing, loving relationship. And then you have good passion and good sex, apparently. So it makes for a really healthy, balanced relationship, I see.
Yeah. It is good.
What's cool is that I found an asteroid called Lucifer,
Uh-huh.
and Lucifer is the light bringer in a chart, because people that are raised religious hear that word Lucifer and they automatically think of the devil.
Right.
But Lucifer in the chart is the darkest shadow, but it's where the light comes in.
Right.
So the darkest shadow you both share, right, is right here in the eighth house, which is the heaviest place to have it. So that's baggage between both of you. Like you have really dark pasts.
Yeah, man.
So that is the thing, the elephant in the room, with both of your relationships. But again, when you do your shadow work together and communicate all those things like you have been doing, that's where the light can come in. So the more you guys talk about your traumas together, the more you have compassion for one another.
Yeah.
And it brings up your relationship on a whole different level of trust and security and love.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of beautiful that you guys both are able to hold space for each other and to be able to air out your dirty laundry of things you're embarrassed about your past about, or your insecurities or your traumas or your dark, shadowy, heavy traumas with one another.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
What else? Okay. Any questions?
No, and it all makes sense. It's all stuff. I mean, yeah. No,
It's all stuff you already know, but it's cool to point out.
it is cool to point out. It's cool to see it in the chart. And I'm gonna like to show him, so he'll be interested to see that too because of who he is.
Yeah. And then you have Saturn here, which is the focus. It's where you're restricted between both of you. So Saturn's where you're restricted, so it's in Scorpio. So you're restricted, meaning you're forced to focus in the area of Scorpio. So Scorpio is all about the 8th house and Pluto. So both of you guys are focused on healing, transmuting, regenerating. Scorpio's all death and rebirth, like the phoenix. It's all uncomfortable 8th house trauma crap you guys are looking at together. So you're forced to focus on all those things.
Yes,
Which
we are.
is beautiful because then you guys can heal together.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay, so I think I'm gonna switch to your transits and then we'll go over your progression.
Okay, cool. See how much hair she has? It's like inches off her head.
Was she born with that? That's cute.
She was. She's got crazy hair just like the others already. Like, I literally have to comb out the mats in the back of it already.
Yay, mommy. That's cute.
Well, I don't have, yes, it is cute. I don't have as much hair to comb out anymore because Jocelyn and Malachi decided to cut each other's hair.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, they woke up in the middle of the night to do so.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
I made them live with their decision for quite some time. So
It's
I
all
told them,
uneven.
you're not allowed to use scissors anymore, and I'm not paying to fix it.
They're like, but it's totally uneven. That's funny.
Yep.
Okay, so this is your transit chart according to Solar Fire. So the inner wheel, it says right here, and I'm going to send you these charts. So the inner wheel is your natal chart. Of course, it stays static, it doesn't change. And then the outer wheel is your transit chart.
Okay.
So currently, the moon is in Leo. Oh yeah, so it's highlighting, I forgot your Leo ascendant.
I am.
So it's literally conjunct your ascendant today, which is cool because we're talking about you and your personality and then the full moon. I'm actually going to look at the other chart because it's kind of easier on the eyes.
Okay.
I like these charts, but the astro.com is just more color coordinated. So I'm going to send you this, but let's look at the astro.com thing.
Okay.
All right. I'm still learning all this Zoom stuff.
Oh my gosh. Me too. You're fine.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So here's your transit chart. Of course, the all the green celestial bodies are the transiting planets. And the inner wheel is your natal chart. This is for the 27th, which is the full moon in Virgo.
Okay.
It's, oops, where'd it go? Okay, so it's gonna transit your first house. So for the next month, you're gonna be self-focused, which is gonna be hard because you have, you're a mom and you have a newborn and you have no choice but to focus on everybody else all the time. But this month, you're gonna be a little more, well, what about Andrea? What about me and my needs? And, maybe I want to go get a pedicure. Maybe I want to go get a massage. Maybe I need a break and I need, so this whole month you're going to be kind of self-focused, first house. And then you're going to be thinking about healing because Virgo is the healer. And so with the full moon in Virgo, it illuminates something that needs to be healed. And as you know, we're all healing something all the time. It's a never-ending journey, our whole lives.
Never ending. I'm good with it now. Bring it on.
Nice. So there's something specific. It's going to be in your face related to healing. And it could be something simple. It could be something that you've been putting off. But regardless, that's the theme this month. And that's the energy that's going to be surfacing for everybody is healing. And since it's the first house, it's going to be, healing the self. What do I need to do to heal? Do I need to do a shamanic journey? Do I need to get, it's something related to you. So feel free to be selfish this month because you have to be. The planets are asking you to look at the self and look at something that you need to heal.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back a couple days. Was today the 25th?
Yeah.
God, it's already, time is flying, man.
Dude, it's insane.
It is insane.
I mean, Jocelyn's gonna be 12.
Oh my gosh, really?
It flies even faster.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Start her period soon and
Malachi will be 10.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and she's not about it either. We talk about it and she's like, no.
Have you
like, sorry, it's coming, babe.
Have you talked to, so you talked to her about like her cycle and stuff?
I started when I was 9.
Really?
So yeah. So I didn't know when she would start. So yeah, we've had the conversation because I didn't want her to start at school and be mortified.
Yep. That's what happened to me.
Exactly. And she's like, Mommy, thank you so much for telling me. That would be horrible if I didn't know that was going to happen. I was like,
yep.
Check. Yes.
Way to be a good mom. I was like, I'm dying. It's like the movie Carrie.
Yeah, seriously. I wasn't even with my mom when mine happened. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So today is the first day of Venus in Pisces. So it's transiting your 7th house. So one-on-one relationships are important for the next 4 to 5 weeks. There's going to be a lot of harmony. And when you think about Pisces, it's Neptune, and it takes on a spiritual context. So Pisces is Neptune, and it's the closest to divinity. So it's very spiritual. So there's you're going to either attract a lot of spiritual people the next 4 to 5 weeks because Venus is the great attractor. So if Mars is what we desire, it's masculine, it's what we put out. And your Mars is over here in the 10th house of career. So you're like desiring something to do with your career. Venus attracts that desire to you. So you'll get what you desire through your career through other people, one-on-one relationships. So 7th house is all about all one-on-one relationships, as you know. So business partnerships, friendships, mother, father, husband, all one-on-one relationships. So you're going to get what you desire through your one-on-one relationships for 4 to 5 weeks, but also you may attract a spiritual, like it could be a spiritual business partner, a spiritual friend. Someone could enter your life for the next 4 or 5 weeks that could really help you and your spirituality.
Okay.
It's an excellent time to do journey work. So like shamanic journeys. I mean, obviously your child's very small, but like ayahuasca journeys, peyote ceremonies, things like that when you have Venus in Pisces.
Okay.
And then the sun's also in Pisces now. So this whole month is centered around Pisces activities, which is all about diving into spirit.
Right. I'm trying to pull my laptop in. I'm listening. Sorry.
You're good. Let's see. So yeah, you have Venus and the sun in the 7th house.
Okay.
So, and then the sun in about, let's see, probably a week and a half will go into the 8th house. So every single year when the sun passes over the 8th house, we have to transform something about our personality because the personality is the sun. So every time of year, and you should start seeing this pattern in your life, every year when the sun passes over the 8th house, your personality is going into the underworld. The 8th house is the shadow, the underworld, it's the occult, anything hidden, mysterious. It also rules shared resources, but it's an excellent time to like do therapy, any kind of psychological excavation. So in a week and a half, for about a month, you're gonna be going, your personality will go down to the underworld, and you're gonna have to excavate something.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be scary because it happens every year.
Right.
And we're both Pluto and Scorpio generations, so we're like, whatever, nothing different.
Right. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I mean, I'm never ready, but ready or not, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's something you're used to being who you are, but just know that use the opportunity when the sun enters the 8th house in a week and a half, use that month to dive deeper into your psyche. You could even do, online YouTube shamanic journey meditations. You can connect with your ancestry. Okay, so what else?
I'm making notes.
Huh?
I'm making notes.
Yeah, good. Notes are very good. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about Black Moon Lilith and Mars in the 10th house for you right now. And the south node of the moon. So you have 3 things in the 10th house. So as we know, the 10th house is you on stage. It's how other people perceive you. It's your career. It's the authority in your life.
Okay.
So when you have Black Moon Lilith there, you're on stage for people and people are perceiving you differently. This could be good or for bad. So when you know you're on stage, most people take extra efforts to make sure what they say and what they do is in alignment with their highest and best. So just know for like another month, you're on stage because Mars is there. So if you're doing online classes for people or you're doing any kind of where you're on stage for the public, just be wary of people are extra aware of you during this transit. So make sure what you're saying and what you're doing and what you're teaching and who you are, what you're transmitting is in fully alignment with your heart and authenticity, because you're on a stage. So Mars is really feeding this area of your life right now. Career is probably in your face. But Mars is like supercharging this area. So it's a really good time to make career moves, like be bold, like Mars is the warrior, like take steps that are for your future, for your career, that will feed your future in relation to your career. You could get a website. You could spend
Literally,
huh?
I'm working on my website today.
Oh,
How do you like that?
perfect. Mars is helping.
Right? Seriously.
So things are moving forward because Mars is like action. It's fire. It's passion. It's war. It's get shit going. So Mars is like actively, you're on the front line with career. It's like, yeah, you're ready. Just go. Just go for it.
Okay.
I mean, you could make like big business decisions during this transit. You could put things into action that you normally wouldn't. You could make big purchases, investing in your career. All the things related to career are in your favor right now.
Cool. I needed to hear that.
So go for it, lady.
I finally like, it's funny that we're talking about on stage because I'm finally at a place where I'm okay with that. Like I still like the corner and to not be on stage. But I'm ready to be on stage.
Well, you have to be ready. I mean, you're Leo ascendant. That's a soul who wants to make a living based off of their creativity, and we're designed to be seen.
Yep.
So like it or not, you're designed to be seen.
That's what I've been trying to do, is like it and get over the knot.
There you go.
Oh God.
So let's talk about the North Node. It's our soul's evolutionary journey, the dragon's head, and it's just about like the last degree of the 10th house. So the North Node is where we're headed on a soul level. So whatever that's coming up for you in relation to your career, you're facing it head on because it's at like the critical degree. So just hang in there and keep going with your career. What your guidance is telling you, let no fear stop you right now because it's at the very last degree. So just really like breathe through any resistance you have or any fears or any whatever that's coming up for you related to your career. Like you said, oh, I don't want to be on stage, or I'm learning how to like it. Whatever fears are coming up for you, like just breathe through them and just jump. And the payoff for that, you're going to go into a whole new cycle, because then the North Node will be in the 11th house for a year. So this whole last year, let's see here. Yeah, like we have the whole last year in Cancer. So for all of us, because this is a transit for the collective, but it affects you personally in your house.
Right.
But for everybody, when the North Node was in Cancer, it's the axis of security. Cancer and Capricorn share the same axis. So the theme for everybody was security.
Crazy.
Everyone was like, oh my God, COVID and my jobs and my living situation and my money and my security. Oh my God. And now this year it's like Gemini, Sagittarius axis is the axis of teaching and learning. Gemini is learning, Sagittarius is teaching. So all of us are learning new skills. All of us are maybe learning something that we've avoided. So collectively, we're all learning something to further our path. And then the next year, it'll be in Taurus. So it'll be about money, more themes of security, and then it'll go into Aries and so on.
Cool.
Let's see. What else can we look at? Pluto. So you got like 4 things in the 6th house.
Mhm.
So Pluto, as you know, is the slowest moving planet, the dwarf planet, because it's the furthest away from the Earth, and it takes 247 years to go all the way around the zodiac. But Pluto is very, very slow moving. It's like 14 years to move. So it's about like not even a third in. So you have a long time with Pluto here, transforming and transmuting. It's like a continual death and rebirth, and in relation to your health and to being of service, small pets. It's all about healing. So for the next like 10 more years of your life with Pluto there, because it's a generational placement, you're going to be looking at and transmuting your health, because when you're transmuting your health and you're healing, that's the wounded healer. That's when you draw people in, because you're healing, you're transmuting, you're living your best life ever, and people start to notice, well, you're completely different than when you were 10 years ago. What are you doing? And whatever you're doing, let me pay you for that.
Right.
So healing is, and you have Saturn there that's restricting you and forcing you to focus in the 6th house. So your focus is very like all about health and healing. And
Yes.
Saturn's there for like 3 more years. So you're going to be very focused in your healing and health. Mercury is there right now. So you're thinking and communicating a lot about health and how could I be a better service to people related to health? What can I offer people about how to heal? What different services can I offer humanity?
Right. That's so crazy because like that's for sure my mission. I've obviously struggled with my outside body being healthy, and how much I weigh and all that we've talked about in great detail before. But I don't think that you can truly achieve that transformation on the outside until you're at least up for healing on the inside. And that's part of what my
Yep.
business will branch out to be. It's always going to start with fitness because the outside is what matters to a lot of people. But it will also always turn into what the real trauma and pain is and what's limiting them in the physical body.
Yeah. And that's so needed. I mean, the person that was just over here, my good friend, she's been very big for many years, and it's because of trauma.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And it's sexual trauma. And so it's like, I can't relate to her. I can relate to the trauma, but I can't relate to weight and stuff like that. So that's why like your services are so important, because you can reach people on a whole other level because
Right.
you've been there.
Right.
And so that is a focus for you for the next several years. And then
Cool.
Jupiter's there for a year, expanding everything else, because whatever Jupiter touches, it expands the process.
Okay.
So you have Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto in the 6th house of health. So your whole life will expand when you focus on healing and health.
Okay.
And transmuting your own stuff.
Awesome. Cool. Well, because that's what it's about too, right? It's like,
yeah,
I want to be healthy, and I've struggled with this, both aspects of healing whatever I need to heal and actually losing this weight and being happy there. Oh, geez. Yep. It all
so,
makes sense.
tell me a little bit about your process of healing. Like, where are you at in your healing? Like, how are you feeling overall, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally?
Really, I feel like I'm feeling pretty good. I have um some issues that just aren't going away. And then different and new things keep happening around those. And there's, around female relationships. They're not the same as they were before for most of it. Like before it was that I couldn't like I didn't have girlfriends and that was hard. Or I couldn't relate, blah blah blah. Like this is like mother figure on both sides, mother-in-law and my mom, and,
Mm-hmm.
and like female family members. And then I'm struggling with this like idea that I was raised to think that family is everything and that family equals blood. And I am not okay with that. Family does not equal blood. And and if you're family, then it equals everything. But just because you're blood doesn't mean you equal family. And that's like a huge, huge program that I'm tearing down right now. And it's hard to have a perception of what you think your life is going to be and then have to like, you know, rise from the ashes when it all burns to the ground because it's absolutely nothing like I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
So that's where I'm at.
Well,
But I'm what?
I was gonna say that's quite a process.
You know, I'm trying, I don't know. I'm trying to heal it all. And whatever comes up, I'm trying to focus on. I'm at this place where it's like, okay, for example, I'm so annoyed at my mother-in-law all the time. She can't even breathe right. Like, and that's not her fault. That's to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm really trying to dig deep and be like, okay, so what is it that I'm supposed to be learning other than I don't want to be anything like her?
Well, this is a great example of how you could bring your guys' charts together.
Okay.
And you can see where Black Moon Lilith is between you both. And remember, it's composite method number 2. But yeah, you look at the Black Moon Lilith, you look at, each other's Mercury, how you guys communicate between each other. But that composite chart can maybe give you some clues as to what's going on. Because if you have a lot of 7th house stuff, 7th house is the mirror, the house of mirrors and relationships. So she could be reflecting something very unconscious, or she could just be, it's a personality trait and she's just annoying.
Yeah.
But the chart will
blame it on her. I gotta figure out. And it's interesting because her birthday is the day after mine. And I feel like we're so completely different, but there are some things that are very similar. And like when you talk about, like being at one end of something or the other, she is like at the opposite end and making me see like, okay, I never want to go there, or maybe I could go here, or whatever it may be. And it's just very interesting. And I haven't been able to pass that test yet.
Sorry for interrupting, but can you
Yes. Choose wisely.
oh,
Okay. You got this.
It would be interesting to see both your guys' charts, and because when you have any kind of, like, as you know, that's the shadow work. When you have any kind of emotional trigger, it means that there's shadow work that needs to be done. And it amplifies people's qualities in them that you hate, because it's,
Right.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does feel like in this instance that, yeah, there's some major shadow work that it's your job to transmute it, because the older generation are so set in their ways. They're not going to ask these questions. They're not going to be like, what is she mirroring to me of something I rejected in myself? She's never going to ask those questions. She's just going to stubbornly be who she is. But it's our job as Pluto and Scorpio to go, oh, well, what is she mirroring about me that I hate about myself?
Yeah. A lot of it, I'll tell you, is laziness.
Laziness?
Yeah.
So what is the thing that drives you insane?
That she's a robot.
What do you mean by that?
She literally does the same thing every single day. She wakes up, has the same, and maybe like has the same exact routine, and I'm not a routine person, but I strive to be in certain things. And so maybe that's something I'm supposed to be learning that just came up. But she like will go to work, come home, sit down on the TV, stare at the TV until she falls asleep and do nothing. Like she hasn't, she's cleaned something a handful of times since we've lived here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she, um, yeah, it's that is the biggest thing, that she does nothing
So
all the time.
what's so bad about that she does nothing? Why is that so bad?
Because there's so much to do. Because I know she can do better for herself is what it boils down to a lot, because she's always in pain, or you know, she's overweight, so her joints hurt. It's like all these things that like I feel like I've been there, or I don't want to go there. And I can see like myself there because we're so similar in the Aquarius aspects of who we are.
So what's your worst fear? What is she showing you that you're afraid of?
I don't want to be like that at all. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to sit on my butt and do nothing. I don't want to I don't want to live the way she does in regards to the order she keeps her house. And a lot of that I can see in me, that like, oh my gosh, like I could very easily get there, but I also feel like I could very easily get there because I have 4 children, not because I'm just like a lazy, messy person. And so mostly she shows me what I don't want to be.
So how would you then transmute the energy between both of you? Because I know that if you feel an emotion on either consciously or subconsciously, she feels that from you.
Oh, I know.
And it could turn into resentment or whatever. So what can you do to transmute the energy between both of you? Because you're the one that's in the seat of power, meaning you're the one who's more conscious of patterns.
Right. That's the part that I don't know what to do, right? Like, I'm like, how can I fix this? And I guess like so far, I've just been doing what I expect her to do, you know, like trying to have more order in the house, trying to be more on a schedule, trying not to be lazy and sitting in front of the TV, which again is hard because half the time I'm trapped by this beautiful thing right here and I can't go anywhere because I have to hold a newborn. So yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to change it, and to also like not feel this way towards her, because I really try not to be annoyed at her. But
Well, that's your first problem. You're not doing, you're trying.
How do I do it? How do I just like, and what I've been doing is I've just not been allowing myself to sit in anything that isn't the vibe that I want. So like I will have a shit ton of stuff I want to manifest. I have goals I want to reach. I have dreams that I'm trying to achieve. So since I've realized this, which has not been very long, I've just been like, all right, I'm going to stay in the positive. If a negative thought or an annoyance pops up, it's my job to get rid of it. So like it's not welcome here anymore, and I flick it out of my brain. Like,
well, I'm going to point something out, because Venus in the 7th house is in Pisces. Pisces again is the closest to spirit and divinity. So if you were to transmute a pattern between another person, this is the perfect time to do it, because Pisces also rules compassion.
right.
So what choice could you make right now to transmute the energy to heal your relationship? Because obviously you guys share the same space, right? So what could you do right now? Like ask your higher self right now what you could do.
Not be such an ass. That's the first thing that popped into my head, is to use the ability I have to put myself in other people's shoes and stop being so hard on him.
So could you maybe anytime because it's not her, it's the quality that she embodies, that she's mirroring a fear of yours. So when that quality comes up and that irritation happens, what could you do to transmute the energy? Not just like shove it in a box,
Right.
or flick it out of your head, like you said, like, oh, it doesn't exist, la 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 la. But what could you do consciously to use your power and your gifts of transmutation to heal that between you?
I don't know.
We live in a magical universe where we could imagine that quality, like you could close your eyes and imagine that quality completely up in flames, like purple flames. Like you could transmute the quality in her. You could literally imagine her with the opposite quality. So if you don't like the fact that she's lazy, every time she's poking you with that quality, you could close your eyes, you could drop into your heart, and you could project her being active and being healthy and being more doing versus being. But these are all little things in the astral plane that whatever you imagine happens instantaneously in spirit. So if you're annoyed by someone in the other dimensions, you're imagining them being irritating, what do you think's going to happen? They're going to be even more irritating.
Right.
Until it takes over and you only see that quality and you don't see anything else.
Right.
So it takes, and it's, trust me, it's a hell of a lot easier said than done.
Right.
But it takes diligence for you every single time you feel that emotion of irritation or disgust or whatever that comes up for you. Every single time, catch yourself and drop into your heart and project what you would like her to be as, or what she needs to heal, or see her in light, send her love, because that's what she really needs. Or you could even offer, you want to go on a walk?
Right.
We don't talk much anymore. Do you want to like go to an art museum? Do you want to go on a walk? Even if it's just around the block, like just maybe she needs your healing tools for healing. Like maybe she has no idea where to even start. I'm pretty sure she's aware of her laziness and she's probably very stuck in her ways and she probably needs some guidance, and you naturally have tools to help her.
Right.
But that Aquarians are stubborn and we don't like to ask for help.
No.
So she could probably use your help.
Yeah, well, we just started training her.
Yeah.
Working out and trying to get her, because she's, Aquarius and ankles, right? Aquarius and ankles. Yeah. So she's got some like horrible ankle and foot problems, or basically like to this point she's had multiple surgeries and she's got just like necrotic bone in there and it's just going to keep dying. And the doctor just keeps wanting to do more surgeries, and there's like all these surgeries but no healing, no rehab, no, nothing that would actually heal it. Just
I'm not surprised at all. That's Western medicine for you.
Exactly. So I keep telling her, like, listen, like, I know it hurts, but you got to do something. Like, you can't not do anything. Trust me, my things would take over if I allowed them to, but I'm writing my story different. And so you need to write your story different to overcome this. So Rob's been teaching her 1 day a week, like boxing, because she thinks that it would be cool to be able to box. And then I've been doing like strengthening and plyo like stuff because she needs all the way around. So we're on the right path and we're working towards it. It's just something that's been reoccurring. And then it doesn't help that there's drama with his sister, and that directly relates back to his mom. And so it's so much.
you have all the tools. Honestly, I would suggest you looking at her chart. What's her name?
Brenda.
I would look at Brenda's chart and see where her Pluto is and what house it's in and the aspects. Like maybe her soul is evolving through Pluto and the North Node. And by you taking the higher path, you could look at her chart and that will explain, okay, well, she's healing this. On a soul level, this is a really ancient wound.
Right.
Maybe I can have more compassion if I look at her chart and help her look at these soul wounds more consciously, because that generation is so unconscious of their programs. They need us to help them.
Yeah.
But I would look at her. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I feel like it's also hard with us Aquarius sometimes because we like have all these great ideas, but we don't always finish them.
Yeah.
And so she like starts and stops and starts and stops, and I'm trying to get her to have the same realization that I did, especially around your health, that it's not a start and a stop, it's an always, like it's not this diet or this program. It's like if you're going to be healthy, you're going to be healthy forever.
Yep.
Like you can't stop being healthy.
It takes a lot of energy and a lot of work to be healthy.
Right. And it's like make a decision.
But it also takes twice as much energy to not be healthy. That's what the kicker is people don't really see it like that. They're like, oh, I'm lazy. I don't really want to work out. I'll just bitch about how I'm bigger, but not actually make the effort.
Right.
But energetically, it takes twice as much energy to resist something that's our birthright, is to be fully, like in the state of oneness consciousness, is I'm completely in alignment with my perfect health.
Right.
And the opposite of that is I don't care about me. I don't care about my body. I don't care about my health. And so that takes more energy to have that unconscious mindset of I don't care than it is to be in perfect alignment. So I'm glad that's why you're doing that type of work, is getting people to dive into their trauma of what's covering up their highest potential.
Yes.
Okay, so let's now dive into your progressions chart.
Okay.
So your progress chart, for every day you're alive, the planets move a degree. So that's how we cast a progressions chart.
Okay.
So for each day, it's for a cycle. It's like each day is a year in your birth.
Okay.
So for this cycle you're in, all the planets change, the cycles are different. So that's why we go through different cycles. Like you'll notice 1 year you're very fiery, you have all this energy. It's probably because you're in a fire cycle.
Right.
The next you're in a water cycle, and so on. And so we only look at the personal planets in the progressions chart because it has to do with your personal planets, your personal cycles. Because we know that we go outside of Jupiter, because you have the Earth, you have the Moon, you have Mercury, you have Venus, Mars, and then Jupiter. Those are like your personal planets. And then when you go outside of Jupiter, then you get into generational placements. So that's why for a progressions chart, we usually only go through the Mars, but I add in Jupiter just because.
Okay.
So we only look at your personal planets in a progressions chart. So we go down here, we notice, okay, you have a pretty good balance of fire, air, earth, water. So it's kind of a balanced year. You'll notice some years you have like all fire or all air or whatever. And so we look at the rising first. So you have a Virgo rising year ahead of you.
Okay.
So if that's your rising, it's a really main focal point. So I would see it as an earth year. So
Okay.
if you're in a Virgo cycle, all of the characteristics of Virgo you are learning, which is funny because you were mentioned to me about, oh my God, she's so set in her routine. Virgo rules routine.
Okay.
So you are in a cycle of learning about routine. Virgo is the healer. It's all about routine. It's all about practicality. They're the analytical. They analyze everything to death. They're very precise. They're very, they see all the little details of the human third dimension. So if like Pisces and Aquarius, consciousness is usually cosmic or thinking about other dimensions of reality. Virgo is all about Earth. It's all about the practicalities and details of Earth. So all the routine stuff is a focus for you this year. Getting really practical with what you need in terms of step-by-step progress in your earthly existence. Well, to get to B, I have to finish A. To get to C, I have to finish B. I have to make all of these steps from A to Z to get to my goals. I'm not just going to magically end up at Z unless I make these goals and follow through and have some kind of a routine in my life that encourages me to keep going towards my desired outcome. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, so now let's look at your sun. Your sun is in Aries this cycle. What is Aries? The warrior. Me, my me. I am the ram.
Yes.
So it's kind of a self-focused cycle. Your personality is very independent. You work best alone during this cycle. You're very much standing up for your beliefs. Aries, the warrior, is Aquarius and Aries are the two pioneer signs of the zodiac. They're here to completely change and bring something new to humanity. On an esoteric level, Aries being the pioneer, so you're going to be pioneering something this year, whether that's an idea, a product, a way of being. Your personality really wants to pioneer something for humanity. Your Mercury is also, it's in Pisces this cycle. So your Mercury is already in Pisces in your natal chart. So you know this pretty well, which is you think and communicate on an emotional level. You love talking about emotions. You love, it's a natural placement for a counselor. So this year, because it's in the 7th house where your sun is this cycle, you're going to draw on a lot of people that need your counseling skills. They need to talk about their trauma. They need to talk about their emotions. They need to talk about really deep subjects. So you're going to draw in those kinds of people this year. Your Jupiter's in the 6th house of health in this cycle. Again, I think you're born with Jupiter in the 7th, but Jupiter in the 6th is health. It expands. When you focus on Jupiter, your whole life expands. So health, again, is really apparent for you this cycle. You're going to be talking a lot about health. You're going to be in the health field. You're going to be very aware of your own health, other people's health. Jupiter's also the philosopher. So you're going to have, like, it's the teacher. So you could teach. You have your own philosophy around health. You could teach health. Mars is in Capricorn for you this cycle. So Capricorn is authority, it's structure, it rules your skeletal structure. With Mars there, it's like supercharging you to be an authority. It's like, hey, you have a lot of power and gifts. You need to really step up and give your gifts to humanity this year.
Okay.
Like, we need your authority. We need your natural authority, because you're a humble authoritarian. You're someone who stands up for the whole and stands up for your beliefs, but you're not someone who is a power-tripping, dogmatic leader. So we especially need leaders like that in the world. You have, your moon is in Virgo this cycle. So when your moon's in Virgo, you're going to have a practical way that you analyze your emotions. So it's kind of like a more detached way of processing your emotions, because you've done a tremendous amount of work around healing your trauma. And so you're less attached because you've done a huge amount of work. So when you're less attached to your own emotions, you can be of service to other people on a greater level.
Okay.
So you're going to be analyzing your emotions more instead of feeling them intensely.
Okay.
You're going to be like, wow, I'm triggered right now. This is interesting. And instead of like, I'm triggered and I'm freaking out, I'm falling apart, you're going to be more like detached about it. And you can like journal it and write it down and be like, oh, this is from this. Oh, that's why I'm triggered, because this happened. And you like connect the dots that way.
I feel like that starts happening in my pregnancy,
Nice.
actually.
All right, what else? Venus. Venus is in Aries in the 8th house. Venus, again, is the great attractor. So if Mars is what you desire and it's the inner warrior and you're desiring to be an authority in the world, because it's in Capricorn this cycle, then Venus attracts what you desire. So Venus will attract more independence, because Venus in Aries. Aries is all about independence. Me, I can do this by myself. I am capable. I'm a warrior. So you're going to attract more opportunity to work independently. You're going to attract more opportunities for you to feel like a warrior. Maybe study some, with this, all this like independent, you stepping up cycle is what the vibration of this chart is you're stepping into your power this cycle, like really owning your warrioress. I would recommend that you study your warrior archetype.
Okay.
Like you could do a meditation with the aspect of yourself that's the warrior. You could draw her, you could paint her. Just get in touch more with the warrior aspect of yourself. And maybe you could even put it on your desk to remind you of your badassness.
Okay.
But Venus is asking you to really own your warrior and to really be okay being an independent worker. And maybe being on the front line of something. Like really asking you to stand up for what you believe in and being that warrior. Like even if you feel like, because Aries, even if they stand alone and they're fine with it, like if they stand up for something and they stand up and no one's there with them, they'll still stand their ground. They'll hold their ground.
Right.
So Aries and Venus is asking you to do that, is stand your ground in some area of life.
Yeah, with my mother.
Stand your ground.
With my mother.
Yes. In all
She's great.
areas.
Yes, but that's a big one right now. Yeah. I mean, she's been a big thing in my life, but it's never ending apparently. It's continuing.
The baby's awake.
We're is wrong with you? Huh? It's not all about you. Hey, Kai
Right.
Kai. Hmm?
Oh, I was seeing if there's anything else. I think, yeah, we went over all the personal planets in your cycle. To really dive deeper into this, you could look at the aspects.
Okay.
But I'll leave that for you to do. So otherwise, we kind of went over composite chart today. So learning how to do relationship charts. We went over your transit charts, and then we went over your progressions chart. Do you have any questions about your progression chart?
No, it all makes sense. I mean, I probably will have questions after I have time to process, because that's how that always works
Yeah.
for me. But no, I don't think so. I
Okay.
have notes. Yeah.
So
what are the questions for?
your suggested homework for me is to study the aspects of your progressions chart
Okay.
to get more clearly the cycle you're in.
Okay.
And then get in touch with the warrior aspect of yourself, like maybe whatever your like warrior woman hero is, like but other than that, I think that's it.
Okay.
I'm gonna email you the charts and then the Zoom thing, and then there's a 33-page progressions chart Word document that I'm gonna send you.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're
How
welcome.
was your birthday? How are you?
Good. I'm gonna stop recording, okay?
Okay.